Coming up on this edition of SUTV News, after 4 long years, Menard is in full operation.
Bison football tailgaters are out in full force.
And in sports, the Bison open up their home season in a jam-packed Fargo Dome.
This is SUTV News, and it starts now.
Welcome to SUTV News. I'm Mariah Stevens.
And I'm Kayla Reamer. Major changes are coming to NDSU homecoming this year.
President Dean Brashani and Student Government President Robbie Loft discussed these changes. This year, the Blue Key Homecoming Show is moving to Thursday night. The biggest change, however, is the parade route, which will be returning to downtown Fargo like it was from 1922 to 1982. The Pep Fest will also be held downtown after the parade. The changes are to promote community involvement and to attract a wider range of audiences.
It's going to be beneficial because it brings it back to tradition, brings it to a focal point of the community, and kind of gives a lot more opportunities for students as well as students of the past, present, and future to do.
Homecoming will be the week of October 7th through the 12th. On Friday the 11th, NDSU hours of operation will be from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m.
A new year opens up new doors in Menard Hall. This fall, the building will be fully functional for the first time in 4 years. SUTV's Bryn Nelson has the story.
Since 2009, students and faculty have had to cope with the ongoing construction of Menard Hall. But now, doors are open to every room.
The new building is gorgeous. As long as the 3.5 years were between being out and coming back into the building, it's been worth it.
With all the renovations, the space has increased by more than 20,000 square feet. There is now plenty of room for departments to unpack after being gone for so long.
For those who aren't communication students, you may not know that we were in cubicles for 3.5 years, and that was a daunting proposition. And so to be back and to have the offices with windows, which you can see indoors even better.
The original $18 million project has increased by more than $3 million since the 2009 collapse. However, renovations like Menard are much more complicated than building a structure from scratch.
When you go into a building of this nature and of this age, there are so many unforeseen items when you dig into the construction and the condition of that construction.
Analysis of the collapse, redesign of the addition, and the unforeseen conditions of the existing building, such as moisture in the wood and masonry issues, all delayed construction of Menard. But now, students are back roaming the halls.
This is the most beautiful building on campus. I think it's nicer than the President's house.
Bryn Nelson reporting, SUTV News.
The Maintenance Center, Network Engineering, and the Classroom Technology Group were all involved in the reconstruction of Menard. However, NDSU's problems with Menard are not over, as they still have 2 open lawsuits concerning the collapse.
A fixture on the NDSU football sidelines is no longer. The Bison dance team is no longer allowed to perform at any of the athletic events, including football. The decision was made due to continued confusion regarding the status of the dance team as a student organization and not an athletic team. Despite being listed under NDSU's athletic site, the dance team is strictly considered a student organization. The team was also violating their practice agreement, which ultimately led to the final decision.
Helping to mend relationships, because student government as well as the actual university does not have control over athletics decision whether or not to allow the Bison dance team to perform, but we can hopefully help to mend the relationship between the 2 entities and provide the best outcome for the students first and foremost.
The back-to-back national champion dance team will continue to practice and perform in order to keep their title. It is unclear if and when the Bison dance team will return to the field.
Many students find it hard to get involved in campus life, but the organization fair is a way to combat this problem. Almost 120 different organizations participated in this year's fall fair. From student government to the motorcycle club, every organization came out to lure new recruits. Many believe that the organization fair is very beneficial to the college experience.
The org fair is important for students because it really allows them to get to know other students on campus, become leaders on campus, and get involved. I personally think that joining organizations on campus is one of the single most important things that you can do to be successful in college.
The next organization fair will be in January. It will be held in the Great Plains Ballroom in the Union. To get your organization involved in the fair, just visit OrgSync website and fill out the brief form.
Recent changes have been made to an important website on campus. The NDSU Library had a busy summer implementing a number of new services for the school year. The new launch is an integrated library system that replaces the old catalog system. The system allows students to chat online with a reference librarian whenever the library is open and has more databases and online journals than before. It also lets students search the most recent resources simultaneously using the new search box, Herd Search.
The new system is called Herd Search, and with it you can search almost all library resources all at one time with one simple search. So instead of having to go to one place for books and one place for e-journals, one place for databases, you can search for everything all at once.
The library's website was completely redesigned last March. Students are encouraged to get to know the new system so they know all of the helpful things it has to offer.
Coming up next on SUTV News, shakeups continue in local radio. We'll have details on this and more after this week's 7-day forecast.
Welcome to SUTV News.
Welcome to SUTV News.
Welcome to SUTV News.
SUTV News is a production of the Bison Information Network, North Dakota State University's student-run television station. We promise to bring you all the latest news and sports from the campus of North Dakota State University. Watch SUTV News on Cable 1 Channel 14, brought to you by Stop and Go.
Deeks Pizza. Prices with the student in mind. Fast delivery and conveniently open until 3 a.m. Order by phone at 701-235-0708. Order online at deekspizza.com or order with Deeks' easy-to-use mobile app. NDSU. Make Deeks your choice for pizza this semester. That's Deeks. Great pizza that won't empty your pockets.
SUTV News is brought to you by Stop and Go. Stop and Go. We're always there.
Welcome back. Jesse, Amanda, and Pike have been waking up NDSU students in the morning.
This fall, students woke up wondering what happened to the popular morning show. A big switch has occurred, moving Jesse, Amanda, and Pike to a new home. A change in ownership led the trio to a new format, the Big 98.7. The station has the largest broadcast area in the state and promises fun music that will put you in a good mood, minus the rap. The station also says it will bring a fresh spin on radio.
Well, I would have to say it's the dynamics between us. The three of us get along. We're a brother and sister, and we hang out all the time on and off air. I can't speak for other morning shows, but typically, you come in, you do your job. We take our job home with us. We're always hanging out on the weekends, so you're going to have that personal feel, and we love giving each other a hard time, and it's all real.
You can listen to Jesse and Amanda with Pike in the Morning, weekday mornings from 5:30 to 9 on the Big 98.7.
Many students use the Memorial Union food court to satisfy their cravings for pizza, burgers, and tacos. As of this semester, students are now able to enjoy these foods in a new atmosphere. The Memorial Union Food Court renovation took place this past summer and cost around $800,000. The most popular addition has been the Panda Express, a restaurant that serves Asian food. The remodel was done in order to make the seating layout more student-friendly, for example, putting up a half wall between grill and seating areas.
It seems more relaxed and spacious. It's a good fun place for people to hang out, do homework, chat, so I really like it.
The food court is open Monday through Friday. The restaurant's hours of operation are listed on the NDSU website.
A lot has changed since the Bison football team won 2 national championships. SUTV's Kayla Reamer shows us how one event has especially grown.
Since the Bison's back-to-back national championship, tailgating is at an all-time high at NDSU. With a new paved lot that has an extra 1,000 parking spots, a stage with a DJ, and food and clothing vendors, tailgating has become almost as important as going to the game itself.
Oh, wow, it's changed a lot. A lot more people out here earlier than normal, and a lot more people tailgating.
Although most changes are positive, some have their issues about the new tailgating ways.
I remember coming here back in the early 90s where you could be out here all day long. You know, now they shut it down. You could be out here, you know, as long as the game was going on. So I don't really like that.
With tailgating becoming so important, the best advice might just be the simplest.
Get here early. Yes, get here early. And often.
One of the best parts about tailgating is the amount of money you have to spend.
Well, I tell you what, we go for the free stuff. Free stuff.
If you haven't been tailgating yet, just remember a few things.
Bring good food. Bring your friends and your family and have fun.
Kayla Reamer reporting, SU TV News.
The next home game is Saturday, September 21st. Tailgating begins as early as 9 a.m. and lasts until game time. Up next on SUTV News, a popular coffee shop near campus undergoes major changes after this week's campus calendar.
Welcome to SUTV News.
Welcome to SUTV News.
Welcome to SUTV News.
SUTV News is a production of the Bison Information Network, North Dakota State University's student-run television station. We promise to bring you all the latest news and sports from the campus of North Dakota State University. Watch SUTV News on Cable 1 Channel 14, brought to you by Stop and Go.
Jitters is your home for quality coffee drinks. Whether you crave an espresso, iced coffee, mocha, or macchiato, Jitters has just what you need. Now featuring breakfast foods like caramel rolls, bagels, and more, be sure to get your day started right. Located on 12th Avenue North, Jitters has a friendly, relaxed atmosphere with Wi-Fi capability to get all of your studying done on time. Get your fix only at Jitters.
Deeks Pizza. Prices with the student in mind. Fast delivery and conveniently open until 3 a.m. Order by phone at 701-235-0708. Order online at deekspizza.com or order with Deeks' easy-to-use mobile app. NDSU. Make Deeks your choice for pizza this semester. That's Deeks. Great pizza that won't empty your pockets.
Welcome back. Beethoven once said to play without passion is inexcusable.
This quote is the foundation for many musicians, particularly ones at NDSU. The NDSU Music Academy, headed by Dr. Sarah Prigge, is a nonprofit organization that provides music lessons to people of all ages. NDSU music majors, both undergraduate and graduate, comprise 15 of the 17 academy teachers. Aside from helping the community by expanding the options for taking lessons, the teachers are benefiting as well.
I think it gives our graduate students and our undergraduate students the experience of teaching and being able to practically learn what they're going to be doing once they graduate.
Located at Peace Lutheran Church, the NDSU Music Academy is accessible for students coming from across the Fargo-Moorhead area. They currently teach piano, voice, violin, and guitar, but are able to accommodate any student's musical interest.
A popular coffee hotspot for NDSU students just got hotter with some big changes over the summer. Jitters Coffee Shop underwent reconstruction while they were shut down all summer long. Among the changes were the repainting of the walls, a new arrangement of seating, the removal of most of the bars in the shop, the addition of some of the new things to make coffee and other menu items with, as well as a creation of a new logo. The goal of these changes was to create a whole new environment for NDSU students.
We want it to be more of a comfortable place for customers to come to kind of hang out. You know, a lot of times our customer base is they're coming here to study. We also want it to be a place where they can also come for other reasons, maybe to hang out with friends or just make it more of a relaxed place.
Jitters is located on 12th Avenue North along Bison Block 1.
Incoming NDSU freshmen are required to do eCheckup to Go within the first 6 weeks on campus. eCheckup to Go is a feedback tool to provide information on personal risk behaviors with alcohol and other drugs. Information that eCheckup to Go provides students: individual drinking patterns, risk patterns, aspirations and goals, and helpful resources at NDSU.
Interventions and personalized feedback really allow people to reflect on their own decisions. And that's what it's really about. We want people to think about the decisions they're making. It's not about controlling their choices.
Although it is only required for freshmen to fill out, it is available for all NDSU students and is completely anonymous. The focus is to get information out to the students for their own benefit.
Students have been back in classes for a few weeks now, but the memories of their summer are still fresh in their minds.
For this week's Sidewalk Stampede, we set out to find out what the best part of students' summers were.
The best part of my summer was definitely going to Canada on a bunch of canoe trips. I was a canoe guide, so I got to see some really awesome wilderness, including some amazing sunrises and a pretty awesome waterfall that I climbed up, actually.
I don't know, I didn't really do anything. I worked. That's about it.
I think the best part of my summer was staying here in Fargo. I got to work at FCH here on campus, and it was beautiful.
Working a lot and making a lot of money.
Where'd you work?
This summer I actually went to China on an agricultural study abroad program, and just being over there was probably the most amazing thing I've ever done in my life.
Hey, the best part of my summer was I went back to Vietnam, which is my country, and then I had a blast. I went out every single day.
Well guys, I'd say the best part of my summer was going on vacation with my family. What was yours?
I actually helped with freshman orientation, and that was really fun for me.
Really? Joining us now is Morgan Lubin, our sports anchor. Morgan, what was the best part of your summer?
Probably hanging out on the lakes, you know, catching a few rays out there in the pontoon, but I definitely did miss football. That is one downside of summer. Speaking of football, the NDSU football team back in action at home. Sports is next.
Jitters is your home for quality coffee drinks. Whether you crave an espresso, iced coffee, mocha, or macchiato, Jitters has just what you need. Now featuring breakfast foods like caramel rolls, bagels, and more, be sure to get your day started right. Located on 12th Avenue North, Jitters has a friendly, relaxed atmosphere with Wi-Fi capability to get all of your studying done on time. Get your fix only at Jitters.
Your campus, your news, your sports, your way. SU TV 84. When you're on the go, we're always there. When you need your campus updates, we have them your way. Bison Sports Updates, Campus News. And when you have a second, we're always there. Stay updated, catch highlights. But when you need your biggest news,
This is an SU TV News Update, brought to you by the NDSU Bookstore. This is SU TV News, and it starts now.
your campus station. SU TV 84.
We're Forest fans because we love coming to the games. It's very affordable and the whole family enjoys it.
We're Forest fans because we enjoy coming to the Forest games. It gives us something to do and look forward to every week.
This is Force Hockey.
SU TV News is a production of the Bison Information Network in conjunction with North Dakota State University's Department of Communication Broadcast Program. For more information, go to www.ndsubin.com.
Welcome back. Coming off the high emotions of a 24-21 victory over the defending Big 12 champions Kansas State, the Bison football team returned to action. NDSU took on Division II opponent Ferris State in the 2013 home opener. Let's go out to the Gate City Bank Field now for the highlights. As they rose the national championship banner before the game, first drive, Brock Jensen all day to throw back in the pocket. He's going to find Zach Vra down the field for a 42-yard catch and pitch. And that will lead to a 1-yard run by Brock Jensen. Bison went up 7-0. The very next NDSU possession, John Crockett up the middle finds the hole, 7-yard touchdown for Crockett. Bison up 14-0 at that point. The very next Bison possession again, Jensen's going to hit Zach Vra, this time on a 10-yard out route. It's going to turn in to a 43-yard touchdown as Vra scampers down the sideline. Bison up 21-0 after the first quarter. The very next Bison possession, Jason Vanderland's pass batted around after a couple people into the arms of C.J. Smith, his first career pick as a Bison, returns it down to the 5-yard line. In the very next play, it's a handoff. Guess who? John Crockett, his second touchdown of the game as he beats the defender to the pylon. Bison up 28-0 at that point. NDSU went on to win the game 56-10. Jensen, impressive numbers, 19 for 23, 259 yards, 2 touchdowns as the Bison are now 2-0. And after the Bison
not plateau and keep moving forward. When you're moving from such a high opponent to a pretty good Division II team, you just got to make sure that you pay attention to the little things and keep improving, make sure your alignment assignment's all right, and just go out and play hard like we always do.
After the Bison defeated his 4th FBS team in a row 2 weeks ago at Kansas State, senior Brock Jensen received an interesting letter. The letter was handwritten by head coach of the Wildcats, Bill Snyder. The letter read, "Congratulations, Brock. I was truly impressed with you and your teammates. You played so very well, virtually error-free, and with such poise. I wish you a great year and hope you achieve all you desire. Please share my thoughts with your teammates. Warm regards, Bill Snyder." Out of 50.
A really classy move by Coach Snyder. Great deal of respect. Everybody in college football does. And I think he recognized the skill set that Brock brings to the table and what he did. And so I thought it was a real classy move. I know something that Brock cherished.
Out of 15 players on the NDSU volleyball roster, 11 are new to the team this season, including 8 freshmen. The Young Bison squad dropped all 9 sets they played in at the La Quinta Inn & Suites tournament in Utah before returning home and hosting a tournament of their own. NDSU hosted the Doublewood Classic, which included some big-name teams. The defending Big East champion and nationally ranked Louisville Cardinals took part, as did the Wisconsin Badgers of the Big Ten and Northern Iowa out of the Missouri Valley Conference. In the round-robin format, NDSU played each team once. The Bison lost in 3 sets to Louisville and Northern Iowa, but won their first set of the year against Wisconsin before falling in 4 sets. But head coach Carrie Thompson is looking on the bright side.
I mean, they just went out and competed. You know, I think that was they matured a lot, I think, in that weekend, and I'm really happy with how they performed and handled that. So just keep getting better is what we need to do.
NDSU heads south this weekend for 3 matches in the Georgia Southern Tournament. A new era is underway for the NDSU women's soccer team. The Bison have switched from the grass at Ellick Sports Complex over to the AstroTurf at Dakota Field. This marks the first year that Dakota Field has been used for competition since 1992. Let's go to Dakota Field now for the soccer highlights. Bison versus University of Minnesota Duluth in the 37th minute. Tied at 0, long pass from Steph Jacobson to Lauren Miller. She puts a nice move on the goalie and she will score. NDSU would lead at that point 1-0. Right before the half, Jennifer Smith's shot is going to be saved by a leaping Katie McCormick there. McCormick had 4 saves on the day. In the 51st minute, NDSU up 1-0. Lauren Miller takes the pass from Katie Tallis, beats the skipper for her second goal of the game. NDSU went up 2-0 at that point. NDSU would go on to win 3-1 behind Miller's 2 goals. NDSU was 3-3 on the year at that point. Before yesterday, NDSU went up to Grand Forks and took on UND. UND won that game 4-2. UND picks up their first win of the season as NDSU drops to 3-4. And guys, very exciting for the football team to be back in the Fargo Dome, especially off that second national championship.
Yeah, and I thought that letter that Brock received was really touching and very classy.
And I think that he probably really appreciated it as well.
Absolutely.
When we come back, we'll tell you about how NDSU researchers are tackling a major problem involving bees.
More than 400 million people use Facebook to stay connected with family, friends, and colleagues, in addition to the millions of others who use Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Flickr for networking purposes. While Facebook and other social media sites are great tools to help you connect with friends and build networks, you should also be aware of the potential dangers associated with using these tools. So, let's talk tech. First of all, always be mindful of what you and your friends are posting online. Nothing online is private, no matter what security settings a website may boast. Anything posted online stays online. So take time to consider what you and your friends are putting online before you post it. For example, do you want your potential employers or your current boss to see embarrassing pictures that your friends have posted? There's also the question of how much information should you disclose on a social media site. Posting too much personal information could lead to lost job opportunities, harassment, internet stalking, and identity theft. Don't publicize information that the public doesn't need to know. Finally, you should think about who you want to see those things you've posted online. By evaluating the appropriateness of the privacy settings on your social media site, it is recommended that you customize your settings such that only your close friends can see your personal information, such as your home address, email, and phone numbers. Ideally, this information should not even be online. Additionally, social media networks frequently update their security protocols, so be sure to review and update your security settings regularly. With these precautions, you will be well on your way to enjoying a safe and secure social networking experience.
Welcome back. Scientists are concerned about a mysterious illness affecting honeybees that puts our nation's agriculture at risk. Here in North Dakota, agriculture accounts for a large portion of our economy. Colony collapse disorder is a disease that causes bees to disappear from their hive and never return. Scientists recognized this disease in 2006. Since then, nearly 1/3 of the honeybee colonies have vanished. Julia Bauscher, a biology professor here at NDSU, spoke on the subject at this month's Science Cafe.
The projected bee population right now is going down. It's estimated that 30% of all colonies are lost every year. So it is possible that next spring we will not have enough bees to fulfill all the pollination services.
The cause of this disease is not yet known, but in the meantime, work is being done to find alternative pollinators.
Thank you for watching this edition of SU TV News.
Be sure to pick up your copy of The Spectrum and check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and NDSUBin.com.
We leave you with footage of this year's Student Organization Fair. Have a great night.